Hello and welcome to our first, we'll say, quarterly check-in with Shercock chairman Paul McPhillips. How's things, Paul?
Good, Gavin, good. And thank you for meeting me this morning, Bank Holiday Monday, and fair play to you.
Yeah, no, look at no bother. Obviously there was big news in the club there. I was late to the party. I wasn't sure what was happening. There was rumours that there was land for sale, but the long and the short is that we acquired some land.
Yeah, I probably been involved in the club a bit longer than you, Gavin. You
Yes.
know, you're married into the area, and like a lot of people, and have integrated into our GA community. But I've been involved in about 40 years, and there's been a few missed chances along the way of land coming up, and maybe not the finances not been there or not been right fit for the club. But 30 odd acres have come up just down from O'Hagan Park there,
Yeah.
uh, which will be possibly,
I'm gonna bring it up here.
yeah, we are in the process of buying this. We paid the deposit, and we have huge plans for this, and it will link up with O'Hagan Park, hopefully through a footpad down the line
Yeah,
in the years
like
to come.
as you said, Paul, there was always land popping up here and there, but it was never the right area, the right time. Obviously, we did a great fundraiser with the
Yeah,
Quid game,
yeah.
and we seen what a community can do together. Like we raised phenomenal amount of money. When people said, when we set ourselves a target, people were like, he's all mad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, even our own committee that you were involved with, along with myself and lots of others, Gavin, we didn't dream that we could make as much money out of that fundraiser, and it proves what a small community like Shercock can do. And yeah, brilliant. And it give us the base now that we could go after something like this here.
Well, yeah, like that's the long and the short of it. Unless these things happen, look at what we potentially can have. And as you can see, it's a massive amount in the land, and I know some other
Yeah,
things
yeah.
to factor out, but there's a lot of room. There's potential for a pitch and a clubhouse and
Yeah, well, we are starting the process of getting what's called a master plan done, which we hopefully have done in a month, and we'll get you involved in that, Gavin, that we can share that with our members.
yeah.
It will be a 3D image of the land, and it will show a full size pitch, a training pitch, club room, walking track,
Wow.
a playground, and possibly a link to Lex Lane that we can eventually maybe have a walking path from the town up to it, a
That
safe walking path.
that would be an amazing thing to have, like to safely walk up to the clubhouse. Kids can ride their bikes up, whatever, kick a bit of ball if there's a game on, going up to watch it. But yeah,
Yeah,
like I'll bring up some other images here. But like the long and the short of it is, it's in a great area. It's a stone's throw from the original pitch.
correct.
It's very close to town. It's not up a load of back lane.
Yes.
It's on a main road. We will have what hopefully is the potential acreage of what we could
I think
acquire.
I think I think we're like there's obviously 35 acres, and we're going to we don't realistically don't need all that. It's probably too much of a strain on ourselves to buy it all, so we will be selling off sections of it. So we'll keep it around 20 acres approximately.
Yeah, and I'm just going to flick through some other images here. This is an AI image, of course,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like unless you put it out there, like this is the ultimate dream.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
yes, yes,
obviously
yes, yes,
in
yes.
the clouds. There's an AI image, but look, if you don't set yourself a goal, you'll never get it. And people will always say, "Ah, it's not the right this and it's not the right that." Anything is possible. Any land can be created into what we need. And if everyone buys into it like they did in the Quid game, Atten's possible. Like that, you'd look at that and say, yeah,
Yeah,
no chance,
yeah, yeah,
never.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, if we get 10% of what's that's there, if we get, look at them pitches, like you can see right now, the club is flying, Paul.
Yes, yes,
Underage,
yes,
girls,
yes.
boys,
Yeah,
camogie,
yeah.
like players are coming through. And when you have extra pitches or people see a club progressing, everyone buys into it.
Correct, Gavin. Yeah, like exactly. But we'll touch on the success of our teams.
Yeah.
But like for example, if you look at that there, right, the first thing that jumps out to me there is obviously our own crest, but the Manor Farm crest.
Yeah.
They've been huge uh, sponsors for us for going back years, and we hope to keep that relationship going. So they're very important to this project as well. Uh, you have I seen for we done surveys there. The gym we're probably looking at having a gym that's like maybe a commercial gym that like everybody could use. You know what I mean? the walking track that you can see there. It's
Yeah,
fully lit, like a walking track that people can come up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Ample parking.
yeah,
You know what I mean? A proper clubhouse that
yeah.
people can
Could be
meet
a
after
function
game.
room
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
that meet, yeah, but yeah, and it can also meet up after games and have a bit of chat and that. You know, so.
Yeah,
But listen, as you said, dream big. I think we've great people in the community. If we could acquire the land, well, we are going to acquire the land, but
yeah.
I think people will jump in, and it's amazing what you can do with help and the right volunteers.
100%. Like you have to put it up there. But like we touched on, the club is flying. I'm going to just skip through a few pictures here. I think this is a video actually. Maybe Paul, you can talk about this. Some of
Yeah,
the stuff that we've got improved in the facilities over the
Ah,
last
yes,
while.
guys, just
yeah. Well,
can't
there's
beat
for
it. A
example,
lovely, bright,
Killarn
very
training facility there
sunny
that we only
Friday
have
morning.
released.
Here
Yeah,
we have one of our Stiga
you can see the
A1000s.
robot
Just
there in the
Yeah.
background there. Like we have a development officer, Anne Ruxton, that helps with our grants. Like, and she, that container is brand new there, a new robot there in our training facility, and O'Hagan Park. That was all got through grants, and it just has brought them pitches to a different level. You
Oh,
know.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like the
So
quality of the grass is
yeah,
unbelievable. Even
yeah.
during the rough summer there, it's
Yes. So as I say, we think of that, but having people like Anne, joining into the committees and like showing her expertise has made a huge difference. You know.
yeah, yeah. Just randomly few pictures here. Again, there was few improvements. That was a bit earlier in the year, I think.
Yeah, that's our ex-chairman John Joe, retired now, and helping around the club, painting, power washing, stuff like that. That's so important.
Yeah,
So again, brilliant. Fair play to John Joe.
this now is, I think, a walkthrough of the land, Paul.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. That's the main field there. It's yeah, yeah. That's it there. So.
Potential.
Oh, like it's fairly flat. There's obviously a bit of work to be done on that, but like,
Anything's possible,
yeah,
though.
yeah, no, it's not going to be a huge cost to flatten that land. It's I think that main field that's you probably show up in the maps there in a while is probably the 10, 12 acres, and then you're going into another field and where your parking and stuff could be. But the main field, it's probably to have a full size pitch and a walking track around it, you probably need 5 acres,
Yeah.
for the main pitch.
Yeah, and I know people will say, "Oh, there's this and there's that," but you name me a club that has walked into a perfect flat field,
Exactly,
with,
exactly.
with shelter and with this and with that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to start somewhere. I know top of my head where there was pitches built in a bog.
Yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
it's probably one of the best soccer pitches in the Loudon Mead area. And people said you're stone mad, but anything is possible.
Oh,
If, like we said, if you buy into it,
yeah. No,
and
no, that's sorry, Gavin. That's lovely dry land there. No,
yeah, I'll finish that
it's
out
high
there.
up there, and no, we've been extremely lucky that it's came up at the right time, and I think it's the right fit for our club. It's we've ample acreage and so close to our
Close to town.
home O'Hagan for the last what O'Hagan is 50 years. I think just last year, isn't it, or whatever. So there's ex-chairman in the picture there that was up with me there, and as I say, he's hugely influential still, John, during the club. So
Oh, yeah.
he was walking the land with me that day. So
What else I have here? Maybe some of the underage teams and stuff.
yeah, well, that's our ladies adult senior team there.
Right.
First cup they've ever won in my memory. Very young team. I think average age of 23. Come up through the ages and the underage groups, and there you see their background team there of Mary Sheridan, FLO, John McEvoy. I suppose John would be overall helper, kit man. I suppose selector. I don't. Jody might say what his complete role is. John is huge to that group.
Gives up his time.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. Yeah, and great to see him there. And then you've obviously got the main man, Jody. First time to step over to ladies football. But huge knowledge and fair play to him for doing it. And it's just brought huge positives. And then we have Kieran Galligan that has come in from our neighbours Knockbride to give us a bit of his expertise after winning an All Ireland Intermediate Club Championship with Knockbride last year. So
Wow.
we welcome Kieran into the fold.
Yeah. What else have we got here? There's some other teams.
Oh, that's the same. That's the adult ladies again.
Okay.
That was a huge thing to happen. These French
Oh
came
yeah, I was
over.
up there that day
Yeah,
actually.
it
Yeah.
was really really good. I think it was it 11 aside. Just played to their rules, and it was they were broad.
Yeah, what? They were very impressive.
The war, yeah. That's a team that's picked from the whole of France. And fair play to the men's GA and the Cavan LGFA. They treated them very well. They got coaching sessions in Kingspan Breffni, and Cavan Gales and ourselves played them in a challenge. So that was a great day too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that's our sponsors, which of course is very important.
Yeah, yeah, sponsors and exactly, and we've signage all along a wall here that's again ticks in source of income there, and then again that wall has been newly painted this year, and all the dugouts there. We intend hopefully painting the outside of the wall. So, and you see the how good the pitch is there with
The
the
robot.
robot, you know what I mean? And also we went out and bought a proper, well, there's no fashion liner, but the spray it sprays on the lines, and
Yeah,
it's a bit more expensive, but it's really good. So I think there's huge improvements there. Just simple. Some of them are simple, but they make a difference, you know.
yeah, 100%. No, the club seems to be. I have to say, like you said, I didn't grow up here. I'm living here. What am I living here now? Nearly 15 years, I think.
Yes.
But everyone has done their bit. There's Killian.
There's Killian with our for a long time, we've been trying to get a referee, and Keith Sheeran has moved into the area just between Shercock and Bailborough and offered to come in as a club referee.
Right.
So, for first time in memory, we have a club referee at GAA and LGFA, and that's Killian just presenting him with some of our club gear in appreciation of him filling that role for us, you know.
Very
So,
good.
highly appreciated for him coming in.
Killian had a busy weekend
He had indeed,
as
and
a
that's
ref.
Keith again
Yeah.
with his sporting his gear there. Yeah.
Very good.
So,
But no, I was just kind of rambling there. I just want to show this up again, and I just want to talk for a second about how much that's what I was trying to get at. Like, I'm only here, I'm a blow in, I'll always be a blow in, but involved with the club, obviously, and my kids are involved. And every chairman that I've seen has done a bit. But I have to call a spade a spade. What I've seen, there's been massive progression in the last couple of years. I think everyone has bought into a new. I just feel like there's a new shift or something, and the younger, maybe my generation or something, is more invested. I don't know what it is, but the club seems to be, and that's no diss on anyone. Like everyone has played an important role, but I just feel like this progression. Maybe it was meant to be or whatever, but the club is really driving forward.
yeah, Gavin. Yeah, no, and you have to appreciate previous executives
Everybody.
and chair people and treasurers and team managements or whatever. But yes, probably. I think the committee has changed a lot over the years, and maybe younger people have come in with new ideas and maybe a bit more drive. And people could stay in positions for 6 and 7 years and they get stale in their jobs, you know. So
Yeah.
probably the executive is only probably 2 years on the go now. So I think that's the big reason. And we have people with a bit of drive and vision, you know, and I think that's, yeah, it's a good combination. So, yeah.
Another thing that just came to mind there is just coaches. Like, I do a small bit with the kids and that underage, and I think we have to give a lot of credit to everyone who gives up their time, past and present.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
you can see, like, you could name names, but I have to say, any night I'm up there, I see Yogi up there a
Correct,
lot.
correct,
And I
correct.
think we have to give Yogi an out shout because he is putting some shift in there. And every night I'm up, he's training somebody. And that's what it takes. It takes clubmen, like I said, that's invested. It takes you at the head, but it has to drift down to everybody. And I walked in, I just want to mention this quickly. I walked into, I think it was Raymond Clark and Yogi were training the under 14 girls, I think it was, or
Yeah,
12.
yeah.
And I stood in awe
Mm.
and I couldn't believe how much the girls I've seen kind of thrown an odd eye on have come on by the coaching.
Yeah,
I think the coaching end on a lot, the whole way up, has really come on as well.
exactly. No, and you're right. People like you call him Yogi. I refer to him as Kieran Lennon, right? But if for anyone that doesn't know his nickname, but Kieran, yeah, has been a great again another blow into the area from Monaghan, out the road and that. But yeah, come in and a bit like yourself has boys and girls playing, and also trains boys and girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But his expertise. Raymond Clark's, you'd
Yeah,
name,
you could
name so
name it.
many,
Yeah, I don't
you
want
know,
to leave
boys
anyone
and
out.
girls. Like I think we have a great group of coaches, and yes, we are It's probably our most successful period in the club, I think, for the last 5 years, possibly for you know, going up divisions and actually contesting them. Maybe not always winning. It's not always about winning titles, but
No,
if you're contesting in your divisions, the higher divisions, and getting to finals, you're doing something right. So fair, good shout out to all them coaches. You're
every
100%
coach.
right, and keep up the good work. And also we have we're mentioning just mentioned Kieran and Raymond, but we've lots of
Oh, of
women
course.
women coaches as well, and FLOs. They're all very important, So, and I feel that we have got a good model now with the one club that we have, as you said, the Camogie, the ladies football,
Yeah.
and the men, and we have a range of people helping out there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like another thing that just popped into my head. I'm just going on my experience. I was in Belturbet there during the week. The boys were playing on the rates, and I think the tens were playing as well. And to see all the parents invested and the
Yes.
coaches and
Yes.
everything,
Yes.
it's good. It's in a
Yeah.
good place. But look,
Yeah.
we want to talk about this as well. This was a huge success 2 years ago. Yes, it's a fun day out. There was
Yeah.
a blitz from what I remember. There was ice cream. There was parents. There was a great old crack. Good fun, bit of banter. €20 a duck. I mean, what do you get for a fiver anymore? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, it's probably, listen, people might say it's a big ask for €20 duck, but the fact is, I think we done a video. It's hard to believe it's probably 2 years ago
Yeah,
now. Coming up to that, we explained that the reason for something like this at the time was the actual run of the club, and we identified the costs, in running a club. So, now we like something like this, and it was a huge success. I think it nearly cleared 20 grand profit the last time. We hope to go a step further this time, and it's gonna. I think Terence runs an end of year kind of we'll call it festival football with all
oh yeah,
them underage groups, and we're going to incorporate that into that day. It's going to be the end of a year, get together from all them teams and incorporate this Duck Derby. So we hope to have huge numbers there that day, and simple things, as you say, simple games like penalty
yeah.
shooting, and there'll be all ice creams for everyone, and there'll be a few stalls and fun games there. And it was brilliant. It was a brilliant day the last
Was
day, and we hope to get the weather and a good crowd there. And we ask. I think the last day, in fairness, all the surprising thing I think was brilliant was the young kids really bought into it and were coming back with full cards. Was brilliant, And we just asked them, and also our adult teams and all teams, to try and push their cards, because it's all going back into the
yeah.
club.
And of course, I know it was brought to me actually that some houses might have got two or three, but how are you meant to station that? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you got a couple of cards in your house, of course, do your best.
yes.
We're not asking you to
Oh,
fill
no,
them
no, no,
all
no,
out.
no, no, no. No,
Um,
because that's the problem you see. I suppose when you hand out cards, you have some
keeping
house,
track of
yeah, you have
everybody
some
if
cards,
possible.
some houses with one child and then others with four. So we're just trying to balance it
Do
out.
your
And then,
best.
then some child will feel given it or left out if they don't get a card. So if they
Yes.
only get the grandparents or the parents or the guardians or family members to buy a few ducks,
Yeah.
everything helps.
Because I know, like, kind of being an outsider looking in and then kind of being involved with a few committees and that, running of a club is absolutely crazy money. I
Yeah,
don't think people
yeah,
realize how
yeah,
much
yeah.
it takes to run a club yearly. Like, it's up in, what is it, 15 grand almost, maybe more.
To run the club, yeah, should it, like that, I think we went through that day. That was the general run of the club, and
Yeah.
then you've so much stuff after that. You know what I mean? Like I suppose you start with your underage. Your underage is your conveyor belt into your senior teams, but they all cost money. They have to get, even simple things. I think we touched on that time was anyone can get injured. You have
Yeah.
physio bills, you have uh, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then you go
The
up.
county board fees and
Exactly.
referees.
So many unhidden things.
Yeah.
And then you go up to your senior teams, which is there's obviously more cost with them because they are aspiring now to do well. You have your ladies team now, we just touched on there, that hopefully going to have a good run in the junior championship, and then you have your senior men's team, and they've got promotion for the second time with actual into Division One next year, but they are hoping to do well in the intermediate. So that's all. And then if you get a good run in these competitions, it costs more. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then, and as I say, you have to buy footballs, you have to, there's lots of stuff that's
Hidden things
yeah,
that, people on the outside mightn't realise, but
No,
that's what it takes.
yeah,
And in fairness to Gaelic, right? I don't even want to quote like what the membership is. It's not much, but I know with my own kids, like you have soccer and you have dancing and you have swimming. Like it's a one time payment. It's a one time.
exactly,
You
exactly.
don't have to pay for training. Coaches are giving up their own time. You're getting an hour, maybe
Yeah,
sometimes over an hour.
that's right.
Training, and there's one small payment for a family all year. I think you're insured for that. You might even get a few
Yes,
bits and pieces.
yes, yes.
So kind of what I'm saying is the like of these small fundraisers, 20 quid or whatever it is, the ultimate goal, that pitch and that dream of that clubhouse, something similar, of course,
Yeah,
we shot for the start. Yeah,
yeah,
but if we can
yeah.
get something like that, yes, there's grants here and there, but we're going to have to roll in again, get behind the club.
Yeah.
I know there's a certain fundraiser that we're going to try and aim for. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, well, we're going, as I said, the duck race now will hopefully be an annual event. Now, there's a fair bit of organising and stuff, right? So we're hoping that might be an annual event because it is. I think everyone enjoys that day, right? So it'll be
Yeah.
a fun family day as well as making uh, a few quid for the club. But I think yeah, we did uh, start our split the pot draw there. Probably it's going nearly just over a year now. So we obviously suspended it when this duck race was going on, but we're going to relaunch it. I think in September, and we're really going to push that to have jackpots, and we're going to go weekly on that,
Right.
and that's going to be our main source of income.
Because in fairness, to split the pot, all the money is going to the club.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly, yeah. And then again, obviously, we had some great jackpots over €500. So obviously, if the
more people buy in, the bigger it is.
yeah, yeah. So like, so the club are getting €500, and then the lucky winner's getting €500. So we were on bi-weekly, so we're going to go weekly now. And as I say, we'd hopefully we're going to try and push that to get what's called auto renewals. We're going to try and get people to
Yeah.
sign up that you don't have to worry about somebody sticking an envelope at you in in a pub or whatever. That you sign up and that you're contributing to the club for this overall huge project that we're undertaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
To help with that. And then, as I say, if we can sign as many members up as we can, I think that's going to be a huge thing going forward.
I'm going to do that through Club Spot, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
Club
yeah,
Spot, once you make one payment and then it's like a standing order, comes out to five or 10 or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah,
look at,
yeah.
if you can afford it, all well and good. But like this is what it's going to take to get to that next level
Correct,
of
correct, correct.
progressing the
And
club.
that just brings to mind if anyone is in Carrickmacross, I know we have loads of neighbouring clubs with great facilities, but Carrickmacross are undertaking a huge project at the minute. And if anyone just in Carrickmacross drive out the Donemine Road,
Oh, yeah.
and you'll see that I think they're doing maybe two new pitches. It just shows what can be done in the club, and so that's we all, and it's great to see that going on. So that's
Yeah.
hopefully going to be us in 12 months' time.
Yeah.
We have to go through the whole buying of the land, getting plan of admission, but I would be hoping in 12, 18 months to be actually have diggers in there.
Wouldn't be
Starting
great to
do
see
it.
it.
Yeah,
It will
that's the plan.
happen.
Yeah,
If we all believe it and get behind it, it will happen. But look, we kind of were chatting there, and I didn't even realize the land was bought. So maybe some other people didn't realize it was bought. But look at we it's not over the line, but it's there. I think.
yeah. Well, I think we had a community meeting there a few months ago in the hall there. Uh, Great attendance, nearly 40 people there, and everyone was so positive. And we set a target of what we want to pay for the land. And so we went and we bidded on the land and got accepted, and we paid the deposit. So that's where it sits at the moment. So
Brilliant,
as I say,
brilliant.
that takes time, with solicitors and stuff. But listen, hopefully this side of Christmas we might have the land fully bought.
Oh, should we do another update then? And we'll keep everybody
Exactly.
in the loop because I think it's important that everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Paul, thanks for that. Hope you've enjoyed that. And we'll have another one maybe closer to maybe Christmas when we get an update.
Exactly, Gavin. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. I think the last you actually just touch. You're flicking through the pictures there.
Yeah.
Another little thing there we're doing is a century garden up at the back of the shop.
Let me
If you
see
want to
if
show it before we finish off,
think.
this is another thing that's huge. For clubs that have them. It's just for kids then that can come up and play in a
Where is it?
I don't know.
I'll find it now.
It's there somewhere, but it's just a nice quiet.
There.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
No, the other
It's
one.
just a nice quiet area at the back of the shop that kids can come and that's it's come on a lot since then.
Yeah.
it's ready to probably open it in a few weeks' time. There's just a little fence to go up, and we have all the stuff in it. And again, that's going to be huge. That kids can go up, um,
Yeah,
use the garden. The parents can watch the match, and that's just another little stepping
yeah.
stone towards what we're trying to achieve in a club that we cover every area. So
Oh,
well done to people involved in that getting that going.
yeah. Right. I think we leave it there. Paul, cheers. And yeah, keep getting
Mm.
behind the club. Get your lot or get your 50-50s, get a
Yeah,
duck,
yeah,
and make sure to be there. A date, we'll get a date closer to the time.
yeah.
And yeah, see you
Brilliant.
there.
Thank you for your
All
time,
right.
Gavin, and
Good
all the
luck.
best. Thank you.